Are you still nurturing the ambition to come to Canada in the year 2024? The best time to apply for your visa was yesterday. And the second best time to apply for your visa is today. So I'm going to stay tuned. I'll be dissecting why you need to apply for that visa, temporary visa, to come to Canada as soon as possible because of the new update we've gotten from Immigration Minister Mark Miller. Alright viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I still remember my humble self, MC Bernardino. This is Canada Reality, where I dish out content for those that are already in Canada and those that are not seeing the ambition to come into Canada. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, please do me the honor, hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I drop a video, you always be among the first to get it. For our returning viewers, we are not taking you for granted. Thank you very much, because without you, this channel is nothing. Please endeavor to hit on the likes button so that the algorithm will share a video with more people and we'll grow together. Thank you very much. God bless you. Alright, so just like I said in the introduction, that the best time for you to apply for that Canada visa, your temporary visa, either study, either work, visit, whichever it is, the best time was yesterday. The second best time is today. This is no thanks to the Immigration Minister, the news that we just gotten for the Immigration Minister, and I want you to listen to this before I dissect further.
As a starting point, we are targeting a decrease in our temporary residence population to 5% over the next 3 years.
Ottawa says it's ready to bring down the number of temporary residents in Canada. The immigration minister says for the first time, it'll be setting a target number for temporary residents.
So obviously from the immigration minister, Mark Miller, it is clear that last year, our Canada welcomed a lot of temporary residents into Canada. And according to statistics that we have now, that temporary residents holders constitute 6.2 of Canada's population. That's around approximately 2.6 million of Canada population. Presently, Canada population stands at 40 to 41 million, if I'm not mistaken. So now, IRCC is now saying that they want to clamp down, they want to reduce temporary resident, the amount of temporary residents in Canada from 6.2 by next year, going forward to 5%. That means that people out there that wants to come into Canada, that wants to apply for that temporary resident to come to Canada, either work permit, study, visit, tourist visa as the case is, there will be a lot of rejection, because that's the way they will try to clamp down on temporary resident visa. So, and now, based on what the immigration minister said, he stated clearly, unequivocally, that it will start in fall. That is September of 2024. And now it's just March. So that means roughly, if I'm not mistaken, you're looking at in the next 5 to 6 months. So that's why I'm telling you now that if you want to come to Canada before the rules commence, before they change the goalpost, it's better for you to apply now, before that fall, when they start implementing the policy of reduction from 6.2% to 5%. So that's why I want you to apply for that visa now, so that you stand a good chance. Now, now let's talk about why are they clamping down? Why are they trying to reduce this? Don't forget that on January 2010, don't forget that January 22nd, the same immigration minister came to place a cap on international students that are coming to colleges or for their bachelors in Canada. And by extension, now they are clamping down on temporary resident holder. They are trying to mitigate some unforeseen contingencies. Don't forget that presently in Canada, inflation, just like we have it globally, is also happening in Canada. And likewise, also, there has been a huge stress on the housing industry. People are complaining, house owners are complaining of huge mortgage. Those that are renting are complaining of huge rent, and also people are complaining there are no houses. So that is why the government felt that it is better for them to clamp down on temporary residents that will be coming into Canada to add to this stress, and that's why they've placed this policy. Don't forget that according to the immigration minister, the quota that they have for this year is that they want to welcome 485,000 immigrants into Canada, permanent residents into Canada in the year 2024. And by next year, they are looking at 500,000. And by the year 2026, they are looking at 525,000. But with this new policy, will that be tenable? Will that be achievable? Let's keep our fingers crossed. But just because I love you guys out there, especially those that are outside Canada, that are still nursing that ambition to come into Canada, either through work permit, LMIA work permit, open work permit, spousal open work permit, visitors visa, tourist visa, whichever case. That's why I dish out this content. That's why I decided to do this content, because it is hot. And don't forget once again that the immigration minister said it will be in effect from fall 2024. That is September 2024. That means that for now, if you apply, that rule will not, it's not applicable because it is not in effect. That's why I feel that if you want to come into Canada, please try to apply now, because delay is dangerous. If you wait a second, if you wait a day, you don't know what the new rule will be. That's why I feel that this video will actually help people out there that wants to apply to stop procrastinating and do it right now. All right, please note that for the fact that I tell you to apply now doesn't mean that you should not do your due diligence. You should not make sure that you have all the documentation done right and everything properly before you apply. I'm just letting you know that you should not procrastinate. If you plan to come into Canada on a tourist visa, on a work visa, study visa, whichever visa that you want to come into Canada, things are getting tight now. You can see in UK, things are getting tight in UK. Canada is not left out. Australia is not left out. US is not left out. So, I mean, but in Canada, there's still an iota of you coming in here, and there's a huge probability that if you come in here, you work your way, you can become a Canadian citizen within the next 3 to 5 years. I'm just letting you know that do not procrastinate. Get all those documents right. If you need to use a immigration lawyer, if you need to use an agent, if you can do it by yourself, just make sure you do it. But I want you to act now if you want to come into Canada on a temporary resident visa. This does not apply for those that are coming in on a permanent resident visa, but rather those that are coming in on a temporary resident visa. I hope you understood this. If you enjoyed this video, smash on the likes button. So the immigration minister also made us understand that for all those employees that are engaging in frivolous, dubious activities, that are doing frivolous LMI for employee, that they will be cracking down on them severely henceforth. If you know that you're not going through the normal process for the LMIA, you're taking cash from employee just because you want to work out an LMIA for them, you're not paying them the right wage salary that they deserve, that they have their eyes on those employer rather, and they'll be cracking down on them henceforth. So this is just to let you know that there's a new sheriff in town, and if you're engaged in this not so nice, dubious attitude, RCC is going to clamp down on you, and before you know it, there will be a severe punishment that will be meted on you.
Let me be clear. The temporary foreign worker program is a last resort. We expect businesses and business owners to exhaust every option and work to prioritize workers here in Canada before applying for temporary foreign workers.
As part of the new changes, no more than 20% of a business's employees can be TFWs, which stands at 30% right now, with 3 fields getting an exemption: medical, construction, and agriculture. Employment Minister Randy Boissonnault also spoke extensively on federal efforts to crack down on employers who are taking advantage of the system, either by abusing workers directly, underpaying them, or forging documents.
There's a new sheriff in town, and if employers are abusing temporary foreign workers, we're going to find you, and if you continue to do it, you're going to have your temporary foreign worker permit pulled.
What the government is doing is it's responding by making announcements, tweaking in numbers at the edges, right? We're going to reduce these numbers, we're going to reduce those.
Syed Hassan believes the federal government is bowing to xenophobic and racist attitudes towards migrants and anxieties about the affordability and housing crises.
You know, they're not the ones who are trying to get your 1-bedroom apartment. They're not the ones who are trying to buy a house because they simply can't. They're living in employer-controlled warehouses.
And he thinks if the employment minister is so concerned about migrants being abused, they should be given the same labor law protections as Canadians.
Employers are willing to abuse migrants because the federal government has made migrants exploitable, right? So the federal government makes migrants less exploitable. Employers have less of a chance and less of a desire.
Okay, viewers, I hope you actually understood this video that I brought for you. If you have any question, any concern, anything that I've said that is not clear, I'll be dropping the IRCC website in the video description so that you can also read for yourself and also be better equipped in your decision making. Do you still have any concern? Drop it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please turn the likes button because it helps the algorithm to share our video with more people. And please share our video with whoever you feel will benefit from it. Till I come back to you again on this YouTube channel, I remain your one and only MC Bernardino. This is Canada Reality. Don't forget, I don't know much. I'm just a YouTuber.